Hi everyone, welcome to Tiny Things. Today we are going to explore the unbelievable life of the last wild man, a figure who chose nature over society, freedom over rules, and mystery over comfort. In 1911, a starving man stumbled out of the California wilderness. He wore tattered rags, carried handmade tools, and spoke no language anyone could understand. To the world, he was a mystery. To himself, he was simply the last of his people. His name was Ishi, and his story is one of the most extraordinary, heartbreaking, and unforgettable tales in human history. For thousands of years, long before California was known for gold or Hollywood, the Yahi tribe thrived in the valleys and rivers of Northern California. They were hunters, fishers, gatherers, living in balance with the land. Their world was filled with ritual, song, and tradition passed down through generations. But in 1848, the gold rush began. The gold rush was a time when large numbers of people hurried to places where gold had been discovered, hoping to get rich quickly. And with it, a tidal wave of settlers armed with rifles, greed, and diseases. For the Yahi, the countless other native peoples, it was the beginning of the end. Settlers saw native tribes not as neighbors, but as obstacles. Violence erupted, entire villages were burned. Massacres became common, sometimes celebrated in local newspapers. By the late 1800s, the Yahi were declared extinct, but they weren't. A tiny group, perhaps a dozen survivors, retreated into the remote mountains, living in secret. Among them was a young boy who would one day be known as Ishi. For decades, Ishi and his family lived in the shadows of a land that was once theirs. They moved quietly, left no trails, and lit no fires that could be seen from afar. They avoided all contact with outsiders, clinging to the old ways in complete secrecy. But by 1908, tragedy struck again. A group of surveyors stumbled upon their hidden camp where four Yahi people were staying: Ishi, his mother, his uncle, and one middle aged woman. But it's not sure if she was Ishi's sister or wife, or maybe someone else. But sensing the surveyors coming towards them, the Yahi fled. When the camp was searched, it was nearly empty. Only one woman remained there, that was Ishi's mother. Being old, she was unable to get away. She tried hiding herself, but couldn't. The last Yahi left alive was Ishi. On August 29, 1911, nearly a 50-year-old man appeared at a slaughterhouse near Oroville, California. He was exhausted, weak, and starving. The townspeople were stunned. No one had seen anything like him before. The sheriff handcuffed him and took in a jail. Sheriff and others soon realized that this man was not a criminal. He was a survivor of a people long thought extinct. They asked his name, but he said he had no name because In Yahi tribe, their customs don't allow individuals to speak their own name without another Yahi's introduction. Anthropologists took him to the University of California, San Francisco, and welcomed him not as a patient or a refugee, but as a living window into the vanished world. Despite the kindness he found, the world outside had already destroyed his people. In 1916, just 5 years after his emergence, Ishi fell ill with tuberculosis. The disease had ravaged native communities for decades. He died on March 25, 1916. When he died, his true name died with him. In Yahi's tradition, one's name was never spoken after death. So, history remembers him only as Ishi, simply man. Ishi's story is not just about one man. It is about the countless cultures that have been erased, the voices silenced, the traditions broken. And yet, through Ishi, something endures. His tools, his songs, his knowledge, recorded and remembered. He reminds us that history is not just kings and empires. It is fragile, human, and heartbreakingly personal. Imagine being the last of your people, alone, carrying the memory of an entire world. That was Ishi's burden, and it is a story we must never forget. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to Tiny Things. We encounter the hidden sides of history because sometimes the smallest stories are the ones that matter most. See you in the next one.